Most hybrid training apps charge you 20 euros a month for your own hybrid training program. I built my training program for free using ChatGPT, and in this video, I'm going to show you how you can do that as well. So let's dive straight into the video. So first, we're going to open a new chat in ChatGPT. Now, it is important that you track everything in this particular chat. So whether that's updates on your training or your weight or whatever, always put it in this chat because ChatGPT can learn from what it talked about before with you, and it cannot read that from other chats. So you need to include it all in this chat. And I will be writing my prompts based on my fitness goals. So of course you should alter the information that you see on the screen based on your situation, so that ChatGPT can make the plan for you. So now let's get into writing the prompt. Dear coach, I'm Mark and I want you to act as my personal coach with an expertise in hybrid training. This expertise ranges from strength, endurance, and the balance between them. I want you to help me create a detailed plan to reach my 2026 fitness goals. My goals are running a sub 1 hour 30 half marathon, finish an ultra trail race, bench press 100 kilos and squat 140 kilos, and finish a HYROX in 1 hour and 15. All of these goals should be reached by 2026. Before you get into building this plan for me, I want you to understand me and my background. So here you share your basic information like age, your gender, and how tall and how heavy you are, and potentially if you know that you're body fat. And then I share my background. So I've been doing semi-professional football when I was growing up. I finished the marathon 2 years ago, and I've been lifting weights all of my adult life. And then my latest PBs. So what is my 5K? You can also do 10K or 20K. My marathon time and the bench pressing and squatting that I have been doing in the past. But here you can do any PB that is related to the goals that you want to put in. So then I want to talk about a bit more detailed sport history. So when did I start running and when did I do my marathon? My history around HYROX and my history around strength. Now, important to include as well is the injuries. Currently, I'm still recovering from a very small injury on my hip flexor. And before, I had some serious lower back issues. Any injury that you had in the past, I would include there as well. And then lastly, lifestyle. Here you can include anything you'd like. I included my sleeping habits, what I eat generally, the things that I want to include in my training program. So, for example, I do still play football on a Tuesday, which is what I want to keep on doing. So I want that included in the program as well. My working hours and when I can train, and the amount of hours and days that I want to train per week. And then you end with, are you ready to support me? And then he starts talking, saying that he is in and that he wants to help you, and that he actually have a very good background, etc., etc. Some details about my assessment that I made and what my current PBs are, etc. Moving on. Already in the beginning, it starts to include some phases. So here, phase one, rebuilding. So thinking about my current injury that I have. Phase two, aerobic build and strength. The engine. So actually already quite a detailed plan without giving much information, and information that is still coming its way. And it's giving a high level training program based on the inputs that I gave. Now it already asked some questions to me to give better advice, but we'll get into that later. So before we go any further, I want to include some screenshots of past performances over the last couple of weeks, and also some heart-related data like HRV and resting heart rate, etc. So what I use Strava to track my performance, and I just take some screenshots of my runs, my bike rides, and fitness sessions of the last couple of weeks, and include them in here as well. Included then with some heart rate related data. So I say, before we get into it, I want to share some performance of the last couple of weeks. Here are some screenshots of the past runs, bike rides, and training sessions. And next to that, I want to share my overall load per week over the last couple of weeks. Can you confirm that you can read and analyze this data? And then we click enter. And that's going to analyze. And luckily, it confirms that it can read and analyze this information from the screenshots. So here, as I said, some heart rate related data, some cardio fitness data, VO2 max, heart rate recovery, and then some of my latest running and bike riding sessions. Just giving ChatGPT some extra information to give a better program for me. Now, again, it's coming back to the question that I was asking before, but I wanted to kind of put it all together into one list of questions. So I would write, before we actually build the program, could you ask me any questions that would support you in making the best program for me for these training goals? So then it starts asking questions about my training load, my profiles in both strength and running, and what my current HYROX strength is, around injury, mobility, and recovery profile. Also, it goes into nutrition actually, and what kind of competitions I want to do. So, what are the distances that I want to run, for example, for my trail run, and then some personal questions as well. So, I'll be answering all these questions now. So now that we've answered all the questions, we can hit enter and let ChatGPT go. So again, it gives some sort of summary around my heart rate, around my current performance, both in running and strength. Some hybrid training related things, injury, fatigue, and it already gives some sort of weekly structure that fits my life and my lifestyle. So again, it includes my football session that I have planned for the Tuesday evening, and then it plans everything around it. Now I'm going to tell, as a final step before getting into the program, ChatGPT to split my program into two phases. So phase number one is the building phase. That's focused on building the aerobic foundation that I really still need, with also preventing my injury that I have on my hip. And second is the progression phase. And that's really building up to all the goals that I have. So what I want out of this program is to, per part of the year, focus on each of the goals. So in summer, I want to do my running goals, whereas in strength, I want to do at the end of the year. So I want to progress accordingly. So what I'll write here is that I want to do my running goals by the end of the summer, do the HYROX in fall, and the strength goals at the end of the year. But I really want to make sure that I'm working on everything at the same time. I just want the focus to shift towards a certain goal when I'm training for that goal in that specific time of the year. And lastly, I would say now create the plan. Now it's shortly explaining the building phase again. So phase number one, how my running mileage increases, what my key sessions are, what my strength sessions are, what my HYROX sessions are, etc., etc. And then it goes into phase number two, which is working towards my running first. So here, increasing my weekly mileage, structure changes as well, and also some key running sessions. So as you can see, it's really, really detailed, and it's really very insightful that this is all for free available. And then I would finish with saying, now I want you to make this training plan into a CSV file for me to download. And there's then the CSV file that I can download and then put into Google Spreadsheets. So then you go to Spreadsheets, import, Upload. There you have it. Full training plan. And you can ask ChatGPT to include anything that you find important. So I want a program that is also inclusive of more detailed information per workout. So what I would say is I want you to include RPE per workout, time spent per workout, the amount of kilometers I should run per workout. And then you have a more detailed spreadsheet that again you can adjust to whatever you want to include in that spreadsheet. Now, I would advise to play around, put this all in ChatGPT, and start making your own schedule, and include the things that you want to include according to what you find important. Now, if you want to see this schedule that I made for myself live, check out this video here around a full week of training in my self-created program. Now, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.